because I've been practicing, particularly optical, cubism, white space, labyrinth, dollhouse, and clone. But most importantly, induction, because that was... In fact, dollhouse alone, I think last time, if you saw my last stream, cost me, not only because I messed up, but cost me some minutes because I was actually doing the wrong thing, or I was going at it like I had been doing to get a certain blueprint, and then realised halfway through, I'm like, I don't need to move all this stuff around, the door's right over there. But anyway, that's beside the point. Point is, I can go that faster. Mary Claire MC Loves to Laugh is here beside me. She'd be monitoring comments once again, because obviously I can't within the moment it's hard to concentrate and that sort of stuff alone, so she's incredibly helpful.
Hello.
There she is.
Everyone.
Zero.
I'm laughing because I said hello everyone and there's 0 people here in case anybody watches this back. Yeah, we threw a tweet up about 2 minutes ago. Maybe we should have advertised it a bit in advance. But Richard likes to be spontaneous.
I just like to jump on. I mean, I wouldn't even usually stream, but it's nice and handy to have it just go up straight after. And I thought, well, I'm not going to be cutting anything out of this because it is only a 20-minute, 35-minute speed run, so it's just useful for it to sit up there if anyone wanted to see it. Plus, I thought there'd be a lot of people, obviously, want to play the game, and they might see, oh, Richard's streaming Superliminal speedrun. I don't want to see all the solutions to the puzzle, but at least I can come back and it'll be up on the channel after, and that's the main thing.
And I get to sit here and talk nonsense.
Here you go.
So win, lose.
So Mary Claire, as someone who's viewed the game only through these like speedrunning, it must come off as quite a fever dream.
I don't want to give anything away, but the last time we played it, the last attempt, there was something near the end that you just like... I'll put it this way, if you put the pew 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 sound effect over it, it's really like... I don't understand, you had this pattern worked out that you were able to move through these rooms, and I was just like, I didn't know what was going on. It's very impressive because the game itself is quite like mind-boggling at the best of times, and then when you're trying to do it super fast, it's like, oh wow, I'm just gonna sit in my Switch and play Pokemon.
Much more reliable.
Yeah.
Before I do start properly, I want to give Dollhouse one go by itself, just to check that I remember what I'm doing. So this isn't it from the beginning. I just want to try Dollhouse one more time. There's a few little tricks I picked up. There's still a few things that could trip me up even in the first level alone. So there's a few things have to go a certain way, and there's like a 50-50 chance that they won't. So let's.
We have our first comment from Anita DeLuca, saying hi, long time no see.
Ah, yes, I believe Anita's a firm follower of my Tomb Raider vids and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
So
how does this compare to Tomb Raider?
This is a little more frantic than Tomb Raider. Tomb Raider's reliable in its consistency, whereas this is more, well, I guess it is puzzle based, but I guess there was never anything quite like this in puzzles in Tomb Raider. But yeah,
great username, by the way. But Fat Hobbit 2000
oh yeah,
says hi Richard,
also a firm follower. Yeah, there you go. The boom, there we go. Oh, that worked quite well. If I can continue this smoothness throughout from the run from the beginning to here, I'll be doing well.
So just to remind anybody, I'm not reminding you of anything because you've just joined. Just to tell people who've just joined, Richard's practicing Dollhouse before he tries the speed run at 8:15, just to make sure he's ready.
Boom.
We don't want any bouncing castle mishaps or anything.
Oh god, bouncy castle, it's coming up. Yeah, the bounce. I don't know if anyone was here last time. The bouncing castle bit in this is coming up soon. I call it bouncing castle. It's like a floaty house toy thing, but I didn't make it. First, First, it glitched out completely. Then I didn't make it small enough to get in through a smaller door, and well, it all went downhill from there basically. So.
Well, there's your biggest fan, Richard. So.
Hey.
At least they've joined the stream.
Fun little. I watched a couple of videos to pick up some tricks. One little trick was to try and blow that Jenga house thing towards me. It saves you a bit of time walking because you walk quite slow in this game. So if you the closer to yourself you can blow it, the more time you might save. But this is going. If Dollhouse goes like this, well, we're coming up to the inflatable part now. If Dollhouse goes like this so far, it's going pretty well.
What's your least favourite thing about this game?
My least favourite thing about this game. Oh my god, there's exactly what shouldn't happen. But we're not going to panic. We're just going to go with the flow. Truth be told, it wasn't necessarily this that tripped me up last time, it was the bit directly after it. Okay, there, that worked quite well. See there, I was able to salvage that in a little bit of time. I was not able to salvage what happened on, what was it, Monday? This is what I should have done, was brought it in here first to make it small. And then, maybe not quite that small though. There, perfect. So last time I had to go back down twice to rightify this, and that's cost me quite a bit of time. Whereas this time...
We've got another comment.
Oh.
Jod3000 says, "Evening, Rich. What's the elevator pitch of the game?"
Oh,
Well, there are elevators.
It's... it's kind of like...
Hello, my name is Dr. Glenn Pierce.
It's like this, I'm literally trying to imagine it like an elevator pitch. See, you got this game, right, and it's you're dreaming, and it's like dream therapy, and it starts off like really relaxing, but then it becomes quite menacing, and it's all made up of puzzles, like warped perspective kind of puzzles and optical illusions, and the whole theme of the game is about changing perspective.
And here's my elevator pitch from someone who's never played it and only watched it. So this random crap happens, and then you have to try and fit things into small holes, and then small holes turn into big holes. Then there's randomly chess pieces, Exhibit A, and then there's a platinum trophy if you manage to do the last task of the game, which is completed in 35-minute speedrun, which is what Richard's doing today.
It's the last trophy I got left. Also, there'll be platinum trophy number 30, which would be a nice round number. So, okay, so that was Dollhouse. I'm just curious. Well, I can't check the time, but I'd say that was less than 5 minutes anyway, which is better than the last time.
That's right. I will be timing Richard. We know from watching one other speedrun person that the level loading bars and the intro and outro aren't included in 35 minutes.
Yeah, the intro cutscene and the last level, retrospect, which is only just walking through hallways, don't count. So that's 8 into 35, which is, well... It's 16, 24, 32. I'd really want to be doing everything in about 3.5 minutes. 4.3. Oh, that's not bad actually. I know I've done some of them in less than 3 minutes, so that gives me a bit of leeway to allow one level to take 5 minutes, and that probably will be white space because there's not much you can do in there. It's so open. But yeah, I want to give Clone one shot here as well, and then we'll be starting in 4 or 5 minutes. So settle in. It might not be a very long stream because I know I can do it quicker than last time. That's the start. I've picked up some new tricks. Just a couple of little things. Not going to glitch through any walls or anything, but just a couple of little thinking outside the box way of doing things that I didn't do last time. And then some things I would usually do that I completely forgot to do last time. So clone, each level has a different gimmick. This one is cloning objects, and I've already messed up because I should have brought the green door with me. Rookie mistake.
Why didn't you bring the green door with you, Richard?
Well, what would usually happen is you get in here and realize you can't lift up these objects and put them on the button like you would usually do, so you have to bring the door with you. And then from this point on, the doors clone instead of just moving things around, things duplicate. So you have doors like this that do that. So then you have to use these to actually get up and over. And then there's a room here with multiple clocks, and I do a little trick there I saw someone do online where what you're supposed to do is pile a bunch of clocks up manually like this and create some steps, but if you go over you can do it as you're standing on it, which is kind of tricky actually. Whew. So that is tough. Because if you don't do it, if you do it any longer than the very top of your jump, you make it too small, and then it's like building a tower where every bit is smaller than the bit on top of it. And then in here, what you gotta do is clone the apple and drop a huge apple on top of the small apple to knock it off the button. And then hopefully if that comes off the button I can go through the door, but if not, fear not, if I hold L1 I can unclone everything and oh well, there you go. Because the main apple moved, it's already done. And as I described last day, this one where you think you have to clone all the apples up this hill with a ramp is all just deception, because actually what you're supposed to do is just go up to the top and use your sort of perspective trickery. I'll show you what I mean. This is the one that caught, because I didn't watch you play this a lot the first time around, but I remember watching you play this level. This was back during lockdown 1, and both of us were trying to figure out what to do, and we're like making all these apples and trying to use fans and everything to try and get the apple up the ramp. And yeah, I was quite pissed off actually whenever I found the solution. Whenever we had to Google the solution to that one, because I was like, oh, you know what? In a million years, I might never have thought to go to the top of the ramp and try and make it go straight onto the button. But hey, that's kind of like where gimmicks from earlier levels will actually appear in later levels when you've kind of forgotten about them, and you're like, oh yeah, that's kind of how that would work. So I think there's only a tiny bit left here. That's another fast run of clone as well.
I've got a comment from Killian Mr. All. Hey folks from Dreary Cold Canada. Well, hello there from Dreary
hello there.
Dreary Cold Ireland. So yeah, about 3 minutes off from starting, Richard. How are you feeling? Feeling confident?
Pretty good. I have enough time to practice one more level and try to think what the best one should be. White space, labyrinth. No, I won't go into labyrinth, it'll take a while. I don't want to do the induction right before I do the induction. Blackout looks fine. I won't do white space. I think we're okay. Cubism I've done, haven't I? We'll give cubism one shot. I'll quit it halfway through, I don't need to do the whole thing. But it's just one little bit I want to check. Feeling good, feeling confident. I'll put it this way, I was actually quite close the last night, and that was with making a lot of mistakes. So if I can do even better than even just a normal run with no mistakes, that's an improvement to make the 35 minutes. Because I was watching it back, there was just 2 sections where I did one, just an awful lot of needless things. And that was like, I was watching myself back, I'm like, this is like wasting a lot of time.
So you were still in the collector's mode though, you said that yourself, you were like doing things that
yes.
you for trophies, and you kind of forgot you didn't need to do that anymore.
I was watching myself there narrating about, oh no, I gotta put this one here and I gotta get inside. I'm like, I watched it back, I'm like, I don't have to do any of this. This is only if I want to make myself really tall to reach the blueprint. I forgot to bring this with me. Because you can actually use this a second time if you just get the height just right. Get through this grate.
Ooh, just about 1 minute till we kick off.
Woo. Important thing is not to panic. I really freaked out whenever the pool thing went wrong the last night.
Don't panic!
I want to have enough time free that so even if the pool thing does go wrong, it won't cost me the whole game, because it's at such a late point in the game. It would be a real shame to go that far and then know that you've potentially wrecked it all.
Alright Richard, it is 8:15.
Sweet, here's one other trick I picked up. To lift this from above, it makes it much easier to place it as a ramp. And this one, if I grab it, make it extra big. Oh, one more try. We got the gist. Oh wait, there we go. Cool. Okay.
Alrighty.
Okay, I'm good to go. I think I'm ready. The best part is, at least if something goes wrong in the first level, that's my best chance to restart. So I'm allowing myself restart in the first level, but not from the second level on.
Alright, so for anyone who's just joined us, before we start, do you want to tell everyone what you're doing?
Okay, if anyone's just joined, attempting to do a 35-minute or less speedrun of Superliminal.
And I'm going to be timing it and monitoring comments, so if anyone wants to say hello or write anything, any words of encouragement for Richard, let me know. And I have the stopwatch ready, so let me know when I can.
Alrighty. Thanks to Mary Claire. It's incredibly useful because, as given the nature of trying to keep everything focused on the screen, I don't have much time to look at comments. I've even taken them off the stream screen, just so I can focus on that. But we came close to last. This is our second attempt. We tried it again. We tried it at first, I think it was Sunday or Monday, and this is our this is hopefully the final time. So here we go. As soon as you see the beige screen pop up, I'm sure you can hit.
And Killian Mr. Old says, good luck, Richard.
Thank you. Hopefully it doesn't ruin the game for anyone, but if you think it's being spoiled, by all means, please oh, go. There you go.
Start.
Sweet.
Alright.
Alright, here we go. It should be just muscle memory at this point.
So Richard, this game is all about dreams.
Yeah.
And I think you'll be the first to admit you have had a collection of extremely weird dreams.
Oh, big time.
Down to the years. And surprisingly, a feature of your dreams seems to constantly come back to beans.
Yeah, more so recently than anything else.
You dream about beans an awful lot.
I think it happened once, and because I was so...
It was so funny.
It was so funny, now it happens because of that dream, so it's like...
One of my favourite dreams, one of my favourite things to do, and we do this a lot actually, is that we wake up and the first thing we do is turn to each other and we're like half asleep. So, this is my dream, and then there was this, and then we did that, and then we try to say it as quickly as possible so that we won't forget. Like last night, for example, I had a dream, wasn't very weird, but I was, I dreamt I was doing my Leaving Cert English exam, or my final school exam in English for anyone outside of Ireland, and I was like, it felt like the dream was hours long. I remember writing all the questions and I got really stressed. I had 2 minutes left in the exam and I was only starting my final question. I got so stressed, and then I woke up and it was all a dream. And then it was 5:45 and I woke Richard up because I was really stressed and I needed to tell him about it. And he was half asleep and he was like, oh no, oh that's terrible.
Yeah, because there is that fear in the mornings that you're going to forget, so you got to tell it to someone.
I felt really bad. And then when I told you this morning, you had forgotten that I'd woken you up, so then I felt a little better. But it's funny because Richard had an exam. You had an exam dream a few weeks ago.
I did.
The very same scenario. You were in an exam and you said you felt like the dream went on for hours. But one thing that always happens to Richard in dreams is he'll halfway through the dream he'll become lucid and he'll be like, and at that point I realised I was in a dream, so nothing mattered. So I jumped off the wall.
Yeah, I used to study lucid dreaming. I was fascinated by the concept of this, and actually I've become better at it. Like, I don't plan to do it, but it does happen. It just seems to happen in a lot of my dreams.
I got a great comment. Anita says, my mom, who only speaks Italian, is so confused by your accent, but finds it amazing. Lol. Well, the thing is, Richard is from County Monaghan, and I'm from County Laois. So Richard's more from the north of the country, and I'm in the Midlands.
Yeah.
So, but Richard doesn't have a very strong Monaghan accent. Like most people from Monaghan, they talk more like that. They talk more like they're from the north. But Richard has a very neutral accent, and I have a very... We call it boggery in Ireland because Midlands traditionally, Laois especially, are surrounded by bogs. But thank you. Our accents, I wouldn't say our accents are amazing, but probably very different from Italian. I'll give you that.
Okay, so we were going great here until I got to the bloody cheese. So I might restart, unless it... Oh, there we go. Okay, I can live with that.
I came expecting Richard and only hear AM. Weird. I love that. Thank you, Doran, because it's so funny. I made reference to the AM thing in my own YouTube video about videos talking about I hate when people call me Mary, and that I'm not MC, and if I was Mary Ann or Anne Marie. So then Doran now always calls me AM, and I have noticed that as a joke. Instead of MC, he calls me AM. So I had noticed. And
Well,
I find it
there you
very
go.
funny. And thank you, Doran.
That's like a cool little in joke between these.
Killian Mr. All says, my dreams seem like just random events and conversations that blend together. My wife's dreams, meanwhile, are like Hollywood action movies she can recall verbatim. That's like Richard. Richard's dreams, like he has dreams. What was the dream you had? Who was in it? There was a famous person in it, and we were watching The Crown the other week, and you had loads of dreams about The Crown, and it was some kind of Hitman crossover.
Oh yes, that's right. I've been playing a lot of Hitman 2 recently, and we've been watching The Crown, and then my dreams just took the two of those things. So I was the Hitman, and I had just killed Prince Philip or something. So there you go.
But it was this amazing set piece of like you trying to sneak out. Do you remember you were trying to? I know Richard's under pressure now trying to finish the game.
There you go, good. I did it. There we go.
So I'm going to finish it. Fill in the blanks. So basically,
Fill up in the blanks.
You were on a mission, and then you had to dispose of the body, and then you had to hide, and then didn't you put on different clothes to look like a royal or something?
Yeah, I was basically doing all the Hitman tropes. I was dressing up. I was hiding Prince Philip in the trash.
Yeah,
and then I was like but then it became like The Crown again, because I was like living with the guilt of it and stuff. It was I messed up.
Oh, that's right. And you lived for years, and you were always on edge. Someone was going.
Yeah, the dream went on years. It just flashed forward like a film would to like years later. But sure, hey.
Doran says, I will only call you AM until you show proof otherwise. We only have documentation of you being AM. I am now AM. That is my life now.
There you go. So I should have brought the block. I made a slight error here. Not an error, but I could have done it a little quicker. But it's okay, because some bits that went slower last time have still gone faster.
Would you like an update on your time?
I will in a second.
Okay.
There's a certain point where I think I asked last time. Okay, this needs to be a lot bigger and a lot faster. Oh, this isn't good. Getting to that point where I could do a restart.
You're okay. You got it.
I think I'm okay on time. I think
That might work, would it?
that will work if I can make this one half the size.
Here you go.
Okay, I can live with that. Any more errors though? Oh, I need to take the one he's with me. Any more significant errors, that will have cost me in the long run, but it's okay.
Killian says, God, that sounds amazing. Talk about looking forward to sleeping every night. Honestly, every day I hear Richard's dreams. Richard used to Photoshop his dreams.
That's right, yeah, I thought it was like a more, rather than writing them down, you know, sometimes it's hard to put into words what a dream is like. And that's actually easier to Photoshop a bunch of stuff together that was just there. So rather than saying like, oh, there was like a book, there was like a set of stairs, but it was like made of books, which was one of them. It was like a book, it was like a set of stairs, and each step was actually a shelf of books, and I just thought it was very interesting. But in paper, written on paper, it didn't sound as interesting as if it was, if I tried to visualize, show in a Photoshop image what it actually did look like, so. But yeah, please throw some of your own crazy dreams into the comments, because I used to be obsessed with hearing about dreams, and so we've been watching sleepwalking videos recently.
Do you know what? I've gotten really into TikTok the last few weeks, and I've stumbled onto sleep talk. Quick one, Richard. Doran wants to know, can I share the stream on the Tri-Channel fans group?
Oh, please go ahead, yeah.
And also, Anita says the Photoshop idea is actually genius. It is. I've been encouraging Richard to get back to it, because I find his dreams since lockdown, I find our dreams are only getting more and more crazy. I feel like, and I had this theory as well, because when you dream, it's obviously recounting things and you've seen and done during your day, and also things that are in your subconscious obviously as well. But because you're being less interactive with people, you're not seeing as many people, you're not seeing as many new things in your day. You're literally seeing your house, maybe the shop if you're doing shopping, food shop, and then whatever you're seeing on TV. I find your dreams are becoming more narrow, and then also I guess there's less to dream about, so your dreams are becoming more creative with the limited kind of, what's the word, stimulation, if that makes sense.
Oh no, 100%. We were hypothesizing about this the other night, about particularly like we were with that Crown Hitman one. I was asking like, why is it always like about what we watch on TV, and then you were pointing out, well, all we can do in lockdown is kind of watch TV, so it's just picking up on the whatever your stimuli was for that day. Vopping?
You will rectify this failure immediately.
What's vooping? Is vooping like a speedrunning term or something?
That was from Owl's game, so I'm not sure. Fun fact, I'm actually playing Pokemon while Richard is speedrunning and I'm reading comments. Here's the... Currently having a Pokemon battle with a Pikachu. It's not a Pikachu, it's a Goliath. But anyway, Dorn says this game is so strange. It's very strange.
It's very strange. I'm almost ruining some of it because you kind of come across things at a different speed and I'm kind of running from weird angles and stuff. But there's a lot of things that look like 3D objects in the room, and then when you get there, they turn into 2D objects and stuff like that.
Dorn says this game is so strange. Fat Hobbit says, I had a dream once where I found some gambling dwarves in my basement. Also, I was Lara Croft.
Oh wow, yeah, I'm fairly sure I've dreamt I'm Lara Croft at some point or other as well.
Richard, obviously,
inevitably.
You're a big Tomb Raider fan and you've played Tomb Raider on this channel a lot, so that would definitely resonate with you. Owl's Game says usually that term is usually used to make moving faster in speedruns.
Oh. Unless I'm doing it beknownst to myself, potentially from watching some other people doing it, but could be. Oh, it might be. Is it like running is like jumping and running or something like that? Because I don't. That doesn't seem to speed me up that much in this one, but obviously some games it would.
The most memorable dream I ever had was an evil witch that lived in a sock, which somehow led to being stood up on a date in a hockey arena. And then Doran says, you guys would make a great Lara Croft costume couple.
Ooh.
Funny, we were already talking about this. Remember during the summer I said I'd love to do Lara Croft.
That's right.
I said, but what would you go as? And then you said we were doing a couples version.
I'd go as the butler. I'd like craft like a cardboard, because you know Winston is very polygon centric with his wrinkles and his like arched back, and I thought we could make like a cardboard Winston, and I've seen that done. I remember looking up a picture of, or I saw a picture of someone cosplaying as Winston with little like 2D cups and tray and everything, and that would be very fun to do, I think.
Yeah. Anita says, I was dreading the moment I would dream about having masks on and being in lockdown, and unfortunately it has happened.
Oh, there you go.
I used to dream, and she also says, I used to dream entire Tomb Raider games and it was amusing.
Wow.
Yeah, very fitting. Do you ever think you live stream any of your Tomb Raider playing with you?
Well, I wondered actually, would it be because like not an awful lot of editing is required for the Tomb Raider ones versus like like SWAT or something. I thought maybe I should just stream Tomb Raider. I know I'm playing the Lost, what's it called, the Lost Mask or the Lost Artifact at the moment, and maybe for once it might just be easier to stream it because it's a more streamable game, I find, you know, without having to edit out, you know, certain deaths or anything. I'm gonna try something really tricky here. Oh, it didn't work. I'll try it one more time. I did this last day where I give myself 3 attempts to get this.
Doran says you could make a good Winston or a generic villain, or a Lara Croft meets Nathan Drake.
Hmm.
There you go.
Because I know there's that guy in Angel of Darkness, which I don't particularly like, or was not particularly able to play for very long. And I've already forgotten his name. But there's that spiky-haired guy in that who is the only kind of male equivalent character in that initial 4 or 5 games, or what am I talking about? The initial sort of run of Tomb Raider. That might be a more obvious sort of duo, but I thought Winston was a good one. But yeah, Lara Croft, Nathan Drake, and then someone else is like Indiana Jones or something. But yeah, that'd be a good, you know, trophy or artifact hunting squad. We just watched all the Gravity Falls. Actually, it was kind of similar.
Gravity Falls is amazing. I love it.
Okay, I'm doing great.
You can do an amazing Seuss impression from Gravity Falls.
Oh yeah, dude. Okay, something funny happened here. I dropped the sign. Is that it?
That's my Mabel impression from.
I think I just broke it again.
Skipper.
I dropped the exit sign. I needed to light the way.
Can you knock it out? You can't fake your way through it, no.
I could try.
Do you want to know your time?
Yeah, I was doing so well.
You're on 13 and a half minutes.
13 and a half. That's good, but I'm not going to be
Chance
able...
without the sign.
I'll chance without the sign. It's pitch black.
Use that muscle memory, Richard. Move your thumbs.
Okay, it's through here. Maybe I will manage it. That was very unlucky, because I was making great time. I will try it again if this does get me so stuck I can't actually proceed. But I mean, this is already wasting tremendous amount of time, but...
Will me shining my phone light onto the screen help? Probably not.
Oh no! Even if I did make it out now, I've already wasted the thing. That was so unfortunate. I did my thing where I flipped it up at the ceiling to make it larger, and it just disappeared as if it like went microscopic or through the floor or something.
See, I don't know if my talking was a good distraction.
No, it was a great. This is what I mean. It was a great distraction. I wasn't actually thinking too much. I was just getting things done.
We've said this before. Sometimes when Richard's trying to do things in games, me talking to him takes the focus and pressure off trying to complete the task. Therefore, that's why I helped today. But I don't know if I did actually help them.
No, it was a great help. But it was just very unlucky that sign just sort of vanished, because it's hard to get past without it. I think I'm gonna have to call it and start over. I was just in the middle of level 4, and for how many minutes was it a minute ago? Because that would have been great time, I think.
You were on 13 and a half. You're on 15 now. What's your cutoff, do you reckon?
I'm gonna have to cut it off now. Not because of the time, but there's just no way past this. Okay. But that was good practice for the first 4 levels. So anyone who's just joined, if you don't mind seeing me fly through it again.
That was so unlucky.
That was so unlucky. I was doing great. I was making great time. Okay, let's go.
Catching up on comments. Dorn says it's a great show. My wife got me watching the whole series.
We were enthralled by it, especially season 2. Mid-range of darkness. Oh yeah. I know it's a beloved game with a lot of fans, Angel of Darkness, but I just couldn't get past the gameplay. So I'm sure the story is quite good. Now I did watch what's that? There's a YouTuber I watched review it.
Oh, why didn't you restart the timer?
Oh, we'll start over. Here we go.
Will it still count if you're skipping all the intro?
I think so, yeah, I think I'm pretty safe.
Are you sure?
I mean, if not, I could always do it again.
Okay. Ready?
But,
3. Let me know when you're ready.
Oh yeah, as soon as you see the two, as soon as you see these on the screen, you're good to go. Okay, we're starting over, but that's good practice.
We're starting over, guys. Stick with us while we talk nonsense again. Alright. So, remember that big chat we had about dreams? Why don't we do that all over again?
Yeah, it's a retake.
Jeffrey says, hello Jeffrey, thanks for joining.
Hey Jeffrey.
So to fill you in, Richard is trying to speedrun this game called Superliminal in 35 minutes or less, and when he does it, he will have 100% completion on the game, and he will, what they call in the PlayStation business, platinum it. So, there you go.
Boom.
And I'm here to act as a distraction.
A very, very useful distraction.
So
More so a distraction from me, like, raging it or...
getting too stressed.
Yeah. Alright.
Here's a dream thing. Has anyone else had an ominous dream of nuclear bomb going off? I feel like I must have been traumatized learning about nukes in middle school. Never had a dream relating to bombs, I have to say.
Not bombs, yeah, I don't think I've dreamt much about bombs. Some of the, like, as far as, like, dangerous stuff or, like, frightening stuff in dreams, mine's usually, like... Actually, funny enough, like, spiders and stuff, which, I'm kind of indifferent to spiders, they don't freak me out, but then there's just that certain kind of dream spider. So I woke Mary Claire up once by kind of half sleepwalking, but without actually walking. I just imagined... I dreamt I was already awake, I guess, or I did wake up and thought there was a spider in Mary Claire's face, and I was like, wake up, there was a spider in your face, and it went under the pillow, and then I came to the realization that none of that had actually happened. I must have, like...
Richard, like, shot up in the air and, like, started, like, patting his pillow. Oh, there's a spider, a spider. And then I just shut up and I was like, now I'm actually not afraid of spiders. Generally, I don't really mind spiders at all. You'd be the same.
Yeah, I'd be the
Obviously, I
same.
don't want one crawling on my face at night. But yeah, then we realised it was dream. It was the slow realisation of you kind of coming to terms.
Yeah, you know, as
We bored laughing about it. So
you know, as your brain starts to come back, you start to realise, oh, that didn't happen. I just thought it did for a second. But it seems so real at the time, and I guess that's the whole thing. Okay.
And actually, more dream speak. We were watching a very interesting video essay yesterday about Cillian Murphy's role in Inception, and about the purpose of how the guys who are doing the heist, Leonardo DiCaprio and Tom Hardy and co, weren't in fact thieves at all. They were more like spirit guides, and they brought Cillian to a realisation and did him a favour. It was a very interesting video. I love watching video essays that flip things on its head. Sometimes you're like, this is absolute nonsense.
Yeah.
They're just looking for meaning in something. And there is a particular channel, I'm not going to name it, that sometimes like they drag meaning out of something that makes no sense, and you're just kind of like, okay. Or it was just the colour orange. And
Yeah.
then there's other videos and it's like, oh wow, that's cool. There's actually substance to what you're saying.
Yeah, we were actually watching one as well about like references to Gravity Falls and Rick and Morty, and it was 10 of them, and 3 of them were like legitimate references, and then some of them were just like, this is orange, and that trailer in Gravity Falls orange. Like, oh yeah, I mean that's probably a coincidence, but good, well done.
Yeah, wow, those colours were like cool.
Went the wrong
There is
way.
a film channel that goes into the therapy of films too.
Ooh.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes I'm sure it makes sense and it's valid, but like sometimes it's not.
That's it. Yeah, like there's a balance.
Oh, when I was little, I used to have nightmares about the Tomb Raider 3 spider.
The final boss. Yeah. Oh, how did I manage that?
Do you need to make it small, big?
I can't. Oh, there we go. Phew. I thought it was stuck vertically. Yes, I actually used to find that quite terrifying when I played it. Yeah, obviously I used to find a lot of things about the Tomb Raider series terrifying as a kid, because that's why they seem to still scare me when they jump out now.
If you're looking for a laugh after this stream, I really, really would encourage you all to go onto Richard's channel and find his Tomb Raider Rage compilation. Or his Tomb Raider, what's the other one? It's
Scare compilation. Or yeah, there's a Rage, a Scare, yeah, that's the main two actually.
The Scare and Rage compilation of Richard playing Tomb Raider, and it is honestly one of the funniest things. He has very creative ways of cursing and swearing in all of the videos. Oh look, Colin has joined us again.
Hey Colin, he's here for the... Don't worry, you haven't missed much, because I literally had to restart for basically the same thing happening again. With the what am I doing? This is a waste of time.
Colin says, "Best of luck, Richard. This is the one." Sunglass emoji.
Here's hoping.
Thumbs up emoji.
Oh, I fibbed that. In fairness, even though I had to start over, I did the first level infinitely well. Let's say 3 times faster than the first time. So.
Oh wow! Fat Hobbit 2000 says the Tomb Raider 2 Scare compilation is actually how I found this channel.
I think a lot of people are like that. Thanks very much. The that seems to have a lot of. It's my second most viewed video, and it's my own. You could say it's my as far as original content, it's my most viewed video. So it's.
Well, Richard, do tell us, what is your most viewed video?
There's one where it's just a Muse song with like clips of like 1984, and it's got like. How many has it got? Like half
or more.
Yeah, it's got like 500,000 views, and I'm like, wow, that's escalated quickly. Not the kind of thing you could ever monetize, but it's sure good to know. I can't click this. What's going on?
Would you like to know your time thus far?
I would actually. I'm about almost at the end of this level.
You are 6 minutes.
Okay, that's about 3.5 minutes for each level. So at that, I would be doing good, but I know some levels have to take longer than that. But that was an incredible run of the first level and a slightly better run than the second level. So everything's on the up. But I can tell you, when I get to that fire exit, I'm going to be very careful not to, whatever I did, glitch it through the floor or anything this time round.
I've put down Pokemon. My full attention is on this now.
You're all good. Is that the door? No, it's not.
I thought you meant our door. I was like, who's knocking on the door?
Ah, no, get in! It went sideways. Oh.
Hello. My name is Dr. Glenn Pierce.
Alright, we're doing good. Actually, I'm so thankful for the loading screens now because they give me a little bit of respite for like 10 seconds. Whew. Hope the quality on the stream is okay, by the way. I never know on the PlayStation share button whether 1080p 60 FPS versus 1080p not 60 FPS affects the stream much, or whether it's down to... I think this internet's definitely enough to throw it up there, so... even though just towards the end of the last night, I noticed on the YouTube it went out of sync, just like from the point of no return anywhere, where it wasn't just the very end of it. We're still talking and we're still perfectly clear, but... it was out of sync with what was actually going on the screen, only by about 5 seconds, but it was all good. Okay, we're already fine. We're level 3 again already, so 4 was where we failed, or where everything went screwy last time. Again, I always seem to be in the streams, things that have never happened before suddenly happen.
Getting confirmation that the stream looks good.
Oh, good.
And that ends, so... that is good. Although I've been having fierce internet trouble the last few days. I'm wondering.
Yeah, I wonder if it's like an Apple thing or something.
Yeah, maybe.
Don't need that again. Come around here.
Oh!
Oh, yeah.
Never seen that happen before.
Yeah. Whew.
You okay? Would you like me to get a damp rag to wipe your forehead?
It's actually, it won't be stressful now for these couple levels, but now after this, when I go, I'm going to expect everything to go wrong in the last 4 levels or something.
Explosive mental overload, reorienting you for the emergency exit protocol. Subject yourself to
After this, it'll be 3 down and 5 to go.
You're doing well. You're doing well, sir. It's like a snake.
Oh, that was close. I'm got to the point now where I can see through the blurry doors what I have to do next, or what level I'm on.
Trying to remember the weirdest dream I've had recently. Last night's dream was just a...
Oh, that was much better. Oh, that's how you do it! That is how you do it!
Go on, Richard, break those blocks!
Why did I never think of doing that before? Standing back and making it as big as possible so when it explodes, you can just clamber over it. I'm trying to remember the weird dreams you've had.
Do you guys get decent... Sorry, I'm near the mic. Do you guys get decent internet in Ireland? Canada has a huge discrepancy depending on where you live.
Yeah, we'd be kind of similar. If you're in the countryside, it's kind of a real crapshoot. And even in the cities, I think worldwide we're still quite very low down as far as the...
Yeah, we've got fast internet. Like, obviously we live in Dublin and internet generally is quite fast, so sometimes it can go up and down. Like in Laois, we had really bad internet for years, but my parents finally have decent internet now. And then your internet in Monaghan for years was awful.
Yeah,
now
we've had and it's over for the internet we do get that's good. It's way more expensive than like the Dublin equivalent.
Hello. My name is
Because it's like supply and demand. It's like, well, we can charge anything for this because they can't get anything else.
I do wish there would be more game streams with the TriCast members. You guys are fantastic.
Oh.
Thank you. Well, if Colin is still listening, there's a bit of feedback to pass along. Game streaming.
Because one of my favorite I don't know about the streaming, but certainly one of my favorite try videos is Colin and Donal playing. Well, I know there's other people in it as well, but Colin and Donal playing Spider-Man was an absolute treat.
That's very funny. I miss Colin in videos. I remember when Colin and I first met was way back in like 2014.
Same.
And both of us had really tiny YouTube channels at the time. But I had followed Colin on a channel called Brickbrack Gaming, which he had with his 2 friends, and I found it so funny. We all had really small channels, but I always thought Colin's videos were just hilarious. And then he made his own vlogging channel, and again, Colin is extremely funny man.
Yeah.
And then obviously when the Try channel and everything took off, I was just delighted for him.
Yeah.
But I'm just, basically what I'm saying is Colin is very funny.
Yeah.
I would love to see Colin on camera more. But he made an amazing
Oh,
video
recently, yes.
Looking back on the year and the games he played, and we watched it. And it was great. It was lovely to see Colin film on screen again.
I mean, hey, Try channel is good, but Colin film is where my heart's at, man. I was like, seeing Colin making videos again is like, I was like, Colin! It's been a while.
Do you know what it is? I think a lot of it, obviously Colin's great, but I think it's nostalgia for back in the day.
Yes, that'll probably be it.
Because like we all started YouTube around the same time, like back in 2013, 2014. A lot of like Sean Connolly and Kelly and Colin and Niall Gleason, and like a lot of us had YouTube channels of our own that were quite like small. And then like people like James and Claire took off with bigger channels, and then some people stopped making videos altogether, and then we all started doing the try videos. It was kind of a nice homage to that time in our lives when we were all making little YouTube videos.
Yeah. It's true though, it's interesting to see the landscape now versus what it was back then. And by the way, this has worked this time, so we're now past the point where it didn't work last time. And I almost got stuck in the doorway. That would have been great.
I say nostalgia, I'm still making YouTube videos that nobody watches. But no, it's but anyway.
You know, recommend if you're a Try follower and you haven't seen Colin, even checked out Colin's individual stuff, highly recommend. It's good stuff.
Christopher Walken's Christmas album was another personal favourite.
I thought you were going to say Christopher Walken commented. I was like, no way.
Sorry.
Yes, it's Christopher Walken. That's there's committing to the bit. Christopher Walken full Christmas album. Okay, we're almost finished Blackout. So this is not the halfway point, but in halfway through the next level will be the halfway point. So we want to be hitting what?
Sorry, I was gushing about Colin so much I stopped reading the comments. Let me go back. So do you guys get decent internet? We read that. I wish there were more. So Colin says, I remember Metal Gear Solid 2 gave me weird dreams, particularly the weird calls you got from the Colonel halfway through the game. Trippy stuff.
Yes. Oh, with running around naked and everything. That was really trippy.
And Colin says the Spider-Man video is great. That's a very funny one. I love the gaming videos. The Super Mario one as well, but Nicole was in that. The Mario Maker one.
Oh, of course, yes.
That was really funny too. What else we got? Oh, Colin says, Jesus, thanks for all the kind words. This is your stream. Don't mind me. Get out of here, Colin. But yeah, those OG Irish YouTuber days were great. Doran says, the community you guys have fostered has been fantastic. And I enjoy your videos, AM. Yay! Yay! One person.
Well, this is it. It's the landscape back then was everyone with their own channels, but like it's not that necessarily everyone's gone away, but a lot of people have conglomerated into like the Try channel. Yeah, so it's
amazing, really. Yeah. But like, funny story back in the YouTube day. Well, I actually had a YouTube channel called Hey It's Mary Claire when I was 16, and I deleted it when I went back to school after the summer, and I was like, it was really embarrassing. But I started my own second channel again when I was like back in college. But we had one of our first YouTube meetups in 2014 called was that the first CrackCon?
2014 was.
Yeah.
I just messed this up.
Richard and I were both making videos, and Richard made a fantastic like shitpost video of his experience being in CrackCon. And it was just like a 2-minute video, and it was like such hilarious editing in it. But we were both at CrackCon that day and didn't meet.
Yeah.
But we knew of each other for years. And I met Richard eventually eventually we got chatting through a mutual friend, but we'd actually been in the same event back in 2014 and didn't get together till a few years later. But yeah, if it wasn't for YouTube, Richard and I wouldn't have gotten together.
There you go.
Or, and I believe I'm right in saying that, well, yeah, Colin and Kelly, another example. And I actually was going to tell another story, but it's not my place. Another group of friends of ours, I could say something similar. But yeah.
Woo! Okay, update. We're making great time. I feel confident now that if Dollhouse completely screws us, we'll still do good. What is our time, incidentally? Because we're more than halfway through the game. Okay, so we're more than halfway. I'd be confident if it's more than 13 minutes. 13 minutes or less.
Oh, really? You're just coming up to 16 minutes.
Sorry, what am I talking about? 35 minutes. Sorry, I'm wrong. My math is wrong, rather. Half of 35 is 17.
Yeah, you're just hit 60 minutes. Just 16 minutes.
Woo! Just now. Tight enough then. But yeah, I think we'll be okay. We're more than halfway, so we should be okay.
It seems like someone could do a whole documentary about Ireland on YouTube. And Colin says, YouTube, bring
That's true, actually, yeah.
But actually, I talked to James about this a couple of years ago, how I really wanted to do a documentary about YouTube and Ireland and stuff. And
yeah, there's a story to be told.
No, but it was a couple of years ago when I had it in my head, so I really wanted to make a documentary. And I was thinking about like people I knew and the resources I had at the time, and I was going to do it. and then I just didn't. And then I got lazy. Shocker.
Story of my life.
But
Good.
maybe I will. Maybe 2021 will be the year of YouTube in Ireland.
God, like, my laziness has no bounds. Like, it's bad enough I don't put up videos very often. I'm hoping to change that, obviously. But like, even when you have like TikTok and stuff at my palm of my hand, I could make a video, edit it together, and put music on it. And I'm just like, ugh, not bothered.
Well, actually, I filmed a YouTube video for the first time today in 2 months. And I was going to edit it, but it was going to take too long. But I'm going to hopefully have it out on Monday.
I dragged her away from it to do this.
Yeah, no, I didn't. You were like, "Do you want to sit on the couch?" And I said, "Yes." But it was just documenting getting my appendix out over Christmas. But it felt nice filming. But then at the same time, it's like that stressful thing of like, why am I doing this?
Oof, didn't make it as small as it could have.
They say procrastination is the trait of a true artist. Well, out of the way, Michelangelo. That's the case.
I wonder did I make this small enough to do this? Just like, nope, not quite. I thought I kind of messed up making the house too big, and I thought maybe I even made it big enough that I wouldn't have to do this, but not quite. It's all good. It's all good. We're still on time. This is Dollhouse. This is the level that screwed me twice last time, so if it even just doesn't screw me, if it only screws me once, we might still be able to do this in 35. So staying confident, keeping calm and collected.
I'd like to say as well, as someone who's not playing the game, thank you very much to everyone who's commenting and chatting in the comments. It's been lovely to talk absolute nonsense.
Yes, because I can't stress enough, if I sat in silence playing this, I'd get way more pressured. I need the comments and the conversation to help. Now let's see if I can blow this house at
here's
myself.
a joke I've definitely never made before. Look, Richard, it's your biggest fan.
Hey! Yes, we practiced a few levels before coming in just to kill some time until 1:15. And this is going well.
Don't say it, Richard, you're gonna jinx it.
Okay, here we go. Here's this actually on my practice run earlier, it almost happened again. So third time lucky with not making the bouncy castle, as I keep calling it, too big. Hilarious how this never used to happen, and the last 2 times I've played this, it's happened. So the trick is to get far enough away from the boards there, so I don't accidentally clip it on the edges. No, a little bit smaller, a little bit bigger even. Has to be big enough that I can climb up. There we go. Okay, that's good. Save time already. And this time,
that dastardly bouncy castle, says Colin.
okay, I think we might be okay. I'm gonna go a little bit smaller. Okay. All right.
Jinx.
Woo.
Speaking of jinxing things, how long would you say? How many hours have you put into perfecting the game to the level you are now? You have perfected it now.
Ooh. Sorry, I'm just putting this in here. I wouldn't even say I am.
Don't be sorry. Like, sorry, I'm just actually playing the game. The reason we're here. So.
Oh, that worked. Sorry. How many hours have I put into it? Well, here's the thing. My first playthrough, etc. It only took about maybe 3 or 4 hours total time. Now watch what I'm gonna do here.
It's the Queen's Gambit. Talk about a doll's house is right.
But then doing all the collectibles, probably spent a couple hours getting all the... Well, here's the thing. I've gotten into this habit and I'm trying to get out of this whole platinum thing about like, gotta watch videos about how to collect this. I try to give myself the benefit of the doubt in this and actually look for everything to a point, and if I'd been through any level like 7 or 8 times, like, okay, I'm gonna have to look this up because I'm not gonna find it. I'm thankful to say that I actually managed to find most of the fire extinguishers and fire alarms, which are dotted throughout, just by, and actually it made me discover new things, so it was actually a lot of fun. So I've tried to break myself out of the habit of
a brand new place I never knew. Is that a bouncy castle? What the hell is that? Oh no, that's not blood, it's paint splattered on the floor.
So I've tried to break myself out of the habit of just collecting things based on guides, because I'm like, well, they're not there to be looked up. They are after a certain point, but I tried to just enjoy the game, and I wanted to play it again anyway, so I was looking for an excuse to explore. Now this part here, you can't make any shorter, I don't think.
Here's a good question. Sorry, a couple here.
Oh, please fire. This is actually a good point to fire, because nothing happens here for about a minute.
Doran says this is a great distraction from my work. So there you go.
Oh, good. Yeah, always happy to distract from work.
Colin says that mid-air house grab was a big move. And Killian what was the personal ad in the elevator? Do you remember? Something with a cat on it, wasn't it?
Oh yeah, there was an avocado one that might not have been there.
I think it was a cat.
A cat,
do,
yeah.
Do tell me if I'm wrong, but I believe there was a cat on the ad. I don't know what they were selling. Were they selling something for a cat? Were they selling a cat? Was there some kind of dream cat?
The elevator ads are different every time, and they tend to be things you see throughout the game, like your character. Well, they don't know anything about your character, but apparently you have a distaste for avocados, and you see them everywhere in this game, like on the bed sheets, for example. You see them right here.
See, the reason you keep seeing avocados is they are the reason you can't buy a house, of course, because we are millennials, and that is the reason.
Exact. There you go. That makes perfect sense.
Except for us, because we
love avocados, and we own a house. Oh, the wallpaper is avocados as well. I just know it's not this one, but the one in the lobby. Okay, so we're doing pretty good. We're on Labyrinth. All that's left is Labyrinth and White Space.
Would you like to know your time?
I would.
You are just gone 23 minutes.
Okay, it'll still be tight if something trips me up here, but nothing else should trip me up in the game, is the beauty of it. Now we've done all the hard, not platforming, but the hard building block stuff.
So this is the part where you can't do anything any quicker, you just have to keep turning the alarm clock on and off, isn't it?
Yes, up until... Where am I? Oh yeah, there. Yes.
That's done there.
So now this kicks off a kind of a labyrinthy bit where you go through about 15 different areas, but...
Yeah. Doran says, here's an idea for Colin. Bouncy Castle, Whiskey, and Tri-Channel Cast. What's the worst that could happen?
Oh, good point.
Sounds like a good time. And Anita says, that was an evil laugh. I can here's my eviler laugh. And then I have a witch's laugh, which I go... Actually... I did this laugh in an episode of Ace by Space we filmed in December because I'm an evil witch. I'm not going to give it away. But anyway, here it is. There you go.
There you go.
Would you be spooked, Richard?
I would actually, especially if it was like in a dark alleyway. Or...
Will I do that tonight when you're sleeping?
Preferably not.
Okay, no problem. Duly noted.
Okay, we're doing good. We're about a third of the way through the Labyrinth, which is the trippiest one to watch. And I just got lost. No, I didn't.
Well, that laugh will haunt my nightmares. Oh my god, no lie. I worked with someone whose actual laugh sounded like that. And that is a great witch laugh. Thank you.
There you go.
I used to dress up as a witch every single Halloween as a child because I have long black hair. I had lots of practice.
Woo.
Richard loves Halloween.
I love Halloween. It's my favourite time of year. But sorry, it's my second favourite time of year next to Christmas.
He loves Christmas as well.
I wish there were more, like, everyone loves dressing up. I just wish there was more. Here's a paradox. You have to look. I think I described this last day. You were dabbling with having a dress up theme for your 30th. Yeah, because people love to dress up. I just feel like you have to wait all year round then for Halloween to come again for an excuse to like dress up. And I know you can go to like New Year's Eve dress up parties or like specific dress up parties, but it's not the same. You want like, I wish there were more events where that was one of the gimmicks, was dressing up.
Colin says that's a pretty spooky witch laugh. See, Colin, my mouth can do more than just burp.
Okay, we're doing pretty good.
Actually, the video that came out there, I got loads of messages about it. The tried video that was like, what do you mean you don't want to do ballet? Burp. I believe Colin was filming with myself and Justine. We filmed that and we all had a very, very big laugh about it. Like, I am a very burpy person. Actually, this is the thing, I'm very burpy. And we wondered once I got my appendix out, would I be less burpy? And I would argue I have been a little bit less burpy.
I would argue that, yeah.
Some things have still triggered me, like Diet Coke makes me quite burpy. But not Coke Zero, weirdly. But anyway, how did I start talking about this? Now that we've covered burping, let's talk about flatulence.
Okay, update. Oh, okay.
Dorn made a good suggestion. Just join the cosplay community. There's always a reason to dress up.
I was up for that. I was totally up for Comic Con this year if it
Yeah,
actually happened, or last year I should say.
We did talk about that.
100%.
And
I would have went to Spider-Man 3 Peter Parker.
Nisha says Christmas is the best, Halloween is amazing. I love Halloween and I love dressing up. I'm not really a big Christmas person, or I used to be. I always used to be one of those people like, oh, Christmas is the worst, commercialism, blah blah blah. And then Richard and I got together, and I made
the Mr. Christmas factor.
Mr. Christmas has made me maybe like Christmas a bit more, for sure. But like, I think I was only telling myself I didn't like it. Like, I still really like, we can't watch Christmas movies together. And tell the people why we can't watch Christmas movies together.
Which, because I like the really cheesy ones. No, wait, what is it? Just because the just general Christmassy nature of them, is it?
Well, why do I not like watching Christmas movies?
Because they make me sad, is it?
No. Well, then we tried to watch. I'm so cynical. You see, I was saying how cynical I am when I'm watching.
Oh yeah, well you were wondering us the other day if you've become more cynical about all movies in some ways.
But like, anytime we watch Christmas movie this Christmas, if it wasn't one that I am nostalgic for from childhood, I can't watch it. I'm so cynical. I make a comment every 2 seconds. Oh yeah, sure, that would happen. Whatever, Santa. And I'm so cynical. I had a similar conversation with my wife. In the new age of COVID, we had the opportunity to create new traditions. If we want to dress up or celebrate Christmas once a month, who's going to stop us? That is an amazing.
There you go, exactly.
And actually, we did do a couple of dress-up Zoom calls during the first stage of lockdown.
We did do a call. Yes, that was actually fun.
With James and
I went as James Mitchell.
Clara and Rona. You did go as James, and I went as. What we did was, there was a group of 9 or 10 of us in a friend group. And a lot of YouTubers, actually.
There you go. Could I ask the time? We're just entering white space, which is the last level.
28:30.
Oh, great! I got 7 minutes.
Brilliant.
Hoping that's enough. That should be more than enough. But here's 10. Now, of course, that's our timer, so we actually have a little longer than
You
that.
do,
So
that's right.
unless something goes
Superly wrong,
catastrophe in here.
But anyway, basically, in the group chat, what we decided to do was, instead we all had a jumble up of names, and we had to dress up as each other.
Yeah.
So Richard dressed up as James. He like wrote Spice Bag on it and did his tattoo and everything. And I dressed up as my friend Clara, and I put my hair into a bob. It was really, really fun. So if anyone has Zoom calls with groups of friends, I would highly recommend dressing up as each other. It's good crack. Could you say that to them again?
Yes, absolutely. That could be what we do for my birthday. Everyone dresses as me.
Actually, Colin and Kelly, if you want to join on the next call, let us know.
Oh, please do. Yes.
We'd love to have you.
I've postponed my 30th for an entire year because I'm turning 30 at the end of the month, and with the whole lockdown and everything, I decided rather than trying to squeeze a big Zoom call together, I opted to just cancel the whole thing. I'm just not going to turn 30 until 2022.
In Italy, we have Carnival, in which you dress up just like on Halloween. Oh, what time of year is that, Anita? I can see Richard as a great Peter Parker. Would AM make a better Gwen or Mary Jane, though? I mean, either way, I'd have to wear a wig. So.
You'd be Betty Brant for sure.
She got dark hair?
Yes.
Uh-huh.
And a fringe.
Colin says, I think you've done it, guys.
I think we're getting there.
I've done nothing.
There's not much puzzle to do in white space, thankfully, so...
I have enjoyed doing none of the work and reaping all of the rewards.
You're doing quite a bit of work there, actually.
Oh, it's Carnival is in. Am I pronouncing that right? Carnival. I think I've heard of it before, but it's in February, so it's coming up soon. We could celebrate that, Richard, if you like.
Absolutely. Any excuse?
Kaden says, I turned 33 recently and told people that's it. I'm now not participating in further aging.
I admire that. That's what I'm up for. That's the kind of level of it I want to proceed to do.
Richard's 30 at the end of January, and he's having his 30th next year, fingers crossed, and it's going to be the 1 year anniversary of his 30th.
That's what I'm calling it. Oh crap, what have I done? Oh, there we go. Kind of silly.
And I just turned 27 last week, so I'm officially in my late 20s.
It's all ahead of you.
It's all happening.
Okay, we're getting close. The giant cigarette, as I call it, or whatever it is meant to be. There's a little Inception reference over here, but I don't have time to show it. There's a spindle, or whatever, what would you call it? A top, spinning top, hidden on top of that pillar, I think it is. So, if you thought the game wasn't Inception-y enough. It has direct references.
I have a whole new respect for Richard dropping the Betty Brand reference.
There you go.
And I didn't know what it was, but I smiled about it.
She's the one. She's actually in the movies as well. She played by
Mark Doherty says 30. That's old. Thanks.
Thanks.
Thanks, Mark. Oh, that's the funny thing about age. You can't stop it.
Yeah. We're getting there. Ooh, my thumb. I've been holding forwards for 20 minutes. How long is it actually? What have we got? What are we on?
I have a guess.
I think I just saw 28, is it?
No, that's true.
Oh, is it? Oh my. 31?
32.
Woo! Final stretch.
Don't forget though.
Oh yes, of course.
Loading screens are not taken into account.
There was something tricky I was going to try here. I'm not going to do it the way I was going to try it because that would be disaster. So I'm not willing to take the risk. Did that put that on the thing? I did.
High risk, high reward.
True that.
High risk, low risk, similar reward. So.
So I gotta put these chess pieces. I'm gonna do that. Huh. Oh god, I almost fell. Basically, these floor pieces, you fall through them unless you put something on them.
Oh, I never asked what you were doing. I just was like, it's a game thing, I guess. Whatever.
Yeah, it could look like I'm playing chess, but reality is just to keep the floor from falling in. I think this is one of the last bits.
You can't stop age, but you can lie about it. Exactly, and that's why I am 22.
Okay. Final hurdle, almost. Let's do this. A little bit smaller. Might have screwed that.
Cheese is a big common thing.
Yeah, cheese. Well, I guess must be the cheesy dreams thing.
Yeah.
Oh! Okay, and now there's the mindfuckery sort of bit. Just gotta try and find the door quick. Almost.
It's like watching. It's like River Island during a sail. Monochrome heaven.
There we go. Windows 97 screensaver.
Oh, that was hard to watch. I had a lot of fun. This has been a lot of fun.
Whew. And then where is it? We jump into the red brick, and that'll bring us to the clock, which is the end. Woo! I think we did it. I think it's safe to say.
You're in a try video.
Oh, brilliant! Just in time.
Do you remember it? It was.
Is it me and Claire? No.
You and Kira.
Ah.
You
Oh God, I forgot all about those.
Irish people try eat tenemans.
Oh, Edmonds, yes.
Edmonds, sorry.
What's the time there?
dyslexic.
What's the time, if you don't mind me asking?
Sorry, it is 34:15.
Ooh, I think we just did it. Even by non-loading screen standards, I think we just did it because that is it. I think.
Cool.
If I click, all I have to do is click the clock, and I think it's over.
Look at you, platinum the game. Try video coming out. What a Friday night!
So go watch that if you're watching. Here we go, and that's my time. Stopwatch. Ah, yeah!
Well done!
Yeah, true.
I'm so happy for you.
Woo! And that should also give me the platinum. Hey, there you go.
Fantastic. Well
I know it'll be blurred out on the stream, but yes, that is a platinum. Perception is reality.
to be honest, I'm so happy because I don't know if I could talk absolute crap again for another 35 minutes.
That was fun. That's one of I have to say, this is a great game. I mean, this is not selling it because this is like not the way it's meant to be played. It is fun to go through when you know all the puzzle solutions and see how quick you can remember them. But the real fun in this game is entering a room and thinking you haven't a clue what you're meant to do and then figuring it out bit by bit by...
Dory made a very funny comment about he said, live Richard or recorded Richard? Hard choice.
Yeah,
Like,
I'd agree.
well, now that he's done it and we're probably a few minutes from ending the stream, you can have both.
Woo!
Anisha says, well done. Mark says, what a multitasker you are. Dorn says, congratulations, Richard. And Colin says, woohoo! Everything's coming up, Richard.
Yay! That's a happy one. That's my... I'm gonna... Now that I have 30 platinums, I'm gonna stop forever with the whole platinum... I'm certainly not gonna go hunting for any, but if any make their way to me, like Last of Us 2 or something that is achievable, I might go for them. But 30 is a nice round number. I think I'm happy with that. I hated... It's like my OCD-esque nature. I didn't like that sitting number 29. Ugh.
That's the age you are now.
Shit, there you go. I'll just keep linking them to my age.
And I'm going to go back to playing games like Animal Crossing and Pokemon that are stress-free and don't require much problem solving at all.
I think you can get this on Switch, Mary Claire.
Oh, good. Well, I won't be playing. Dorn says 30 for 30, indeedy.
There you go.
Well done, Richard. I'm very proud of you.
Oh, thank you.
I know you were dying to get that.
I was from a certain point onwards. I was fairly confident. Once you get past Dollhouse, when you have to do all the rearranging of furniture and stuff, it's hard to go wrong after that. So I'm pretty happy.
Nisha says, as a person with OCD, I understand very well.
Oh, there you go.
Well, I know. I'm sure you were using it.
Oh yes, like I don't legitimately have it, but I have that. I have that sort of meticulous mind for it.
Not to offend. I'm sure you're.
Oh, of course not, though. But I get the. I think there's an element of that meticulous nature some of us have about wanting things to be round numbers and all that sort of things.
Yeah, a better way of phrasing it. I get that, though. I mean, I have this like. Not in a meticulous sense, but I weirdly have a hatred for the number 4.
There you go.
I hate the number 4, and the reason I don't like it, here's my reasoning: it's too round. It's too much of a round number. Not round in the physical sense, as in like it's like you have odd numbers and you have round numbers, isn't that right?
Yes. Prime. There's prime numbers.
No, but am I right in saying round numbers? No, even numbers.
Sorry, even numbers. Sorry.
Oh my god, lads, I'm losing.
Sorry, I was thinking of the opposite of that. Yeah.
I was like, that doesn't sound right. Jesus. Anyway, back to why I have an irrational hatred for a number. Speaking of irrational hatreds, never watch Ratatouille. But anyway, I think that the number 4 is too even. Is my thing. Anyway.
Well, there you go. Superliminal. I didn't have to walk that last bit after getting it, but I just thought, whatever.
We've come this far.
Oh, exactly.
So what have we learned? Richard dreams about beans. I don't like the number 4. Richard has 30 platinums, and I'm going to have a glass of wine.
Woo! Me too. All right, that's what I think we're gonna. Thank you very much for everyone who watched. It honestly is. It's a stream of comments that keeps me going because I like to keep my mind off of what I'm doing in a way, so I can actually not get emotional in the moment or too frustrated in the moment. So there you go. Thank you very much for watching, and it'll be if anyone missed a lot of it and want to see some of it, it'll go up. I think YouTube processes it quite slow, but it goes up usually the day after. So, and hopefully, please leave a comment if you'd like to see more streaming or anything, because it's not usually something I would do. But thank you, Colin. I'd be curious to know if you'd like to see more content like this, because
Colin and Doran at the same time says well earned wine.
Oh, thank you.
And Constance, congrats. And Doran says have a great weekend. It was grand. Spend some time with you both. Well, funny, Richard and I have talked about doing a Twitch channel.
Yeah.
And doing some Twitch streaming at some point. So. This might be some good practice for us.
Big time, yeah. This is the kind of like over and back that would aid it quite a bit.
We got a happy early birthday from Fat Hobbit, and Anise says thank you so much for your company. Have a great evening. Thank you so much, everybody. It's been loads of fun reading your comments and talking. And yeah, hopefully we'll be back soon with another one where I get to do nothing and Richard does all of the work.
Thanks, everyone. We'll catch you again.